Okay, so the idea with pruning hydrangeas is to force the plant into producing new wood. So basically the first job is to take out the really old canes. You can tell the old wood by the colour. If you can see here, the colour of the new wood's much darker, and then as it gets older it pales and the bark starts to flake a bit. So by removing the old canes, you encourage the plant to produce new canes, and they're the ones that are going to be more floriferous. So the first thing I do when I'm looking at these plants, because we have a border of hellebores across the front of them, is I take off anything that's drooping so that we can see the hellebores, and they're about to flower soon. So I just go around the edge of the plant, and you can see with this branch here, there's a couple of nice strong new canes coming up there. So I'll just take that one off, and then I'll shorten these to flower buds. And if you look at the cane, you can see the buds and these nice fat ones. This one's not really a good example, but they're the ones with flower buds in them. Like all plants, it's better to do them regularly rather than every now and again.
So how long since this one's been done?
They're pruned annually. So some of these canes, they're coming right from the centre of the shrub and then crossing right over it, and I take them out. Now if you see this one, see there's some nice strong growths going up here. So we'll just take that one that's falling over off, that one that's crossing it. And these buds that haven't flowered, these shoots that haven't flowered, they're the ones that are going to have the best flowering rather than the older shoots. See, we've got a nice young strong shoot here, so take it back to there. And you see this one's getting old and woody and the growth on it's weak. So we'll take it out, and when you take it out, if you happen to notice a big fat bud down low, you cut to that one so that it'll grow a new cane for next year. There's another weak one here, but you see there's a big strong piece coming off it, so we'll cut to that. So it's all about creating regeneration. You see, here's a better example. You see these weaker ones, they won't have flowers in them, but that big fat bud there, that'll have some flowers in it. These little guys heading off into the next shrub can just come out. And these pieces that lay down, they layer, so if you want to make roots you can bury them. You see how it's made roots there. If you have a situation, see this shoot here, how it's got multiple stems on it. If I leave all of those, it's going to create a whole heap of flowers, and when the first shower of rain comes it'll be really heavy and it'll just fall over. So what I'm going to do is reduce the number of flower buds on that shoot. So take the centre one out and then just shorten these ones back to a fat bud. Just shorten these a little bit. And here you see I'll take the centre one out and shorten these two outside ones back. See this one here that's falling over? We'll take it back to that nice strong shoot there. It probably won't flower this year, but next year you'll get some good buds on it. Old cane here. And this one's so long, it's heading into the next plant. So this is a bit of a tangle here. So what I'll do, you can see the old section by the colour of the bark with the stripes through it, and it's starting to crack. So I'll take that centrepiece out. And then look at what we've got left. Okay. See, these ones will flower really heavily. They're new canes from last summer. So I'll just shorten them back to fat flower buds. That's a nice new cane there, back to fat flower buds. And the same with that one.
So taking the weak growth out from lower down.
Yep, that's right. The weak growth that's too shaded and never going to go anywhere, and the old canes. See, some of these canes, say like this one here, will probably be removed next year, and if you were to remove it, you can see a big fat bud there. I'd cut it to that bud and then you'll get a strong new growth for next year. But I wouldn't do any more to that one. If you don't have a border and cross in front of them and you want the hydrangeas to fall straight to the ground, then you just treat the fallen pieces as you would the rest of the plant. So just prune back to fat flower buds. I just spotted one here. See, this is not much to recommend me keeping it. So I'll just have a look down low. No, we'll just get rid of it. It's a bit of a clutter in the middle there anyway. Okay, so the major point with the Mophead hydrangeas is the first to remove old canes. And just to repeat, you can tell the old canes by the colour of the bark. They start getting flaky when they get older, and the young ones you can see are this sort of dark burnished brown. The next thing to do is to reduce the number of flower points on each stem so that they don't fall over. So I generally do that by taking the centre stem out and then shortening the 2 or 3 that are remaining. The other point is just to remove any stems that have fallen over, and if you can, to cut them back to an upward facing bud so that you have the potential to get new growth for next year. And it's worth remembering that these canes like this one that haven't flowered, they're the ones that are going to give you the biggest flower heads. So it's not a bad idea to leave a few of those just so that you get a really good show.